Good evening. The administration, staff, and students of Manzano High School would like to extend a special welcome to loved ones, friends, and community members to our 2014 commencement ceremonies.
The administration of Manzano High School requests that we honor each and every graduate. Many friends and family members are in the audience this afternoon to honor their graduates. Please refrain from air horns and extended hollers so that every graduate's name can be heard and honored.
We would like to continue with the tradition of hosting a dignified graduation. This includes standing respectfully and quietly during the presentation of colors, as well as waiting until the colors have left the floor to be seated.
At this time, will you please stand to greet our graduates? We ask that you remain standing for the Star Spangled Banner, as performed by the Commencement Manzano High School Concert Choir under the direction of Miss Dawn Wagner, and Manzano's Naval Junior ROTC under the direction of Chief David DeWitt will present the colors.
Please remain standing respectfully and quietly until the color guard has exited. You may be seated.
Parents and guests are asked to keep all aisles clear during the entire ceremony. This is by request of the fire department. Those wishing to take pictures must do so from their seats, and we ask that you remain seated so that you do not block the views of others. An official photographer will be taking a picture of each graduate receiving a diploma.
Thank you, Alex and Todd. My name is Therese Carroll, and I'm very proud to be the principal of Manzano High School. I want to welcome you tonight to our 2014 commencement ceremony. Before we begin, I would like to introduce to you some of our distinguished guests. When I call your name, would you please stand and be recognized? Our student body vice president-elect, Ms. Leah Casper. Our student body president-elect, Mr. Drake Siclianos. Our 2014 valedictorian, Kim Tang. Our 2014 salutatorian, Nathan Shale. The member of the school board representing the Manzano community, Dr. Don Duran. The Albuquerque Public Schools Chief of Staff, Mr. Joseph Escobedo. The Associate Superintendent for Secondary Schools, my boss for the last 6 years, and a very strong advocate of the Manzano community, Mr. Eddie Soto. Assistant Principal, Suzanne Peters. Assistant Principal, Mr. Ivers Fonner. Assistant Principal, Mr. Jason Sanchez. And Assistant Principal, Ms. Patricia Chavez. And our Activities Director, the lady that put this show together every year, Ms. Jennifer Wynn Arnold. Our Student Body President, Alex Thornhill. Our Student Body Vice President, Myra Palacios. Our Student Body Secretary, Todd County. Our Student Body Historian, Virginia Whitfield. Our Student Body Treasurer, Sarah Gutierrez. Our Senior Class President, Rochelle Martinez. And the soloist for our senior class song, Miss Amanda Porter.
Greetings. Thank you, Ms. Carroll, and thank you to all who are in attendance of this commencement today. For those who know or don't know me, I really tend to overthink things. One of these things, as you can imagine, would be this speech. For hours, I sat at my computer with a blank screen, and I simply stared at my monitor, thinking of something to say, something that could capture all of my school memories and intentions in one cohesive message. While I pondered, I reminisced about all of the accomplishments I've made, all the hardships I've encountered, and all of the life-changing people I've met. The aspects that culminated to ultimately make me the person I am today. Then, as if it were like the blink of an eye, it was already 1 a.m. in the morning, but my paper was still a blank white screen. It was then, however, when I finally understood what to write. Time truly passes by in the blink of an eye. Before we know it, we have reached the pinnacle of our current education, achieved yet another milestone, and have taken one more step towards the path of success. Throughout our 12 years in school, from the moment we rolled our little backpacks to class, to the time we filled in that last bubble of our final AP exam or test, we have had our eyes on the goal of making it to the end. And as a result, we have continuously progressed up to the point where we are today. Still now, at a stage where we are ready to face the world, we continue to aspire and look to the future. But what we tend to forget most is how we got here in the first place. We tend to forget the elementary school teacher who inspired our imagination, the middle school teacher who helped us find our identity, the high school teacher who taught us the significance of hard work and perseverance. It is not only the teachers, but also the other staff and coaches that have helped to shape our experiences. Even formal events, like our oh-so-spirited assemblies, or the sometimes bizarre things that others tell us along the way, like lick a locker or smell a tree. These things as a whole teach us to embrace life to the fullest, making sure that the time that we have left is spent worthwhile. And let's not forget those significant to us here today, parents, friends, mentors, who have sacrificed their time, effort, and even their own sanity in some cases to get us to the point of walking down this red carpet. They were there to guide us through the years, to laugh with us, fight with us, cry with us, and celebrate with us. Our success is their success, for they've been there for us with encouragement, love, and care through every aspect of our lives. No one knows what we are capable of and where we will go, but it is our maturity over the years, our sense of self, and the influence of those around us, whether it be through Taco Bell sauce, sunshine yellow posters, sacred Teletubbies, penguins, Sally Dickinson, headlocks, or Dr. Z, that helps define the path we will take. For it is the nature of the beast. As graduates, we will face and encounter many uncertainties in our lives. However, uncertainty can be another word for opportunity, for possibility. Continue being a risk taker and run towards your dreams. I don't know what your dreams may be, but no matter how far-fetched, know that any dream is possible. Our future is unlimited. To help you achieve this goal, look not only at where you want to go, but where you have come from, and say yes to your potential and your desires, your own defined destiny. In the words of Steve Jobs, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference. So as life continues to pass by in the blink of an eye, and as you continue to reach another pinnacle, achieve another milestone, take another look at the future, remember to just stop sometimes and find time to take a closer look at the past. Go forth and conquer. Live long and prosper. Connect the dots.
First things first, Monarchs. Congratulations. You made it. You will never have to take a state standardized test again. Think about that. This is truly a big moment. Nothing I can say in my few minutes up here can truly encapsulate all of the accomplishments and achievements and successes and dreams of the Manzano High School class of 2014, and nothing I can say can do justice to all the individual memories of the last 4 years that all of us in this class remember and treasure. I can't capture in a speech everything we learned, all the hard work and fun, the early mornings and late nights, the friendships that were formed and strengthened, and everything else that has made high school what it has been for all of us. We will each have time to remember and reflect on those things now and in the far-off future, and also immediately after the ceremony, when we honor the hallowed commencement tradition of flooding Instagram and Facebook with our photos and heartfelt status updates. Instead, I'd like to spend some time remembering and being grateful for some of the personalities and quirks that make our school and our class special. First, our teachers. I can't think of a group of more remarkable, interesting, sometimes downright weird, spectacular people. These incredible educators are hardworking, tireless, absolutely dedicated. I never saw them rest in their mission to help mold us into the hugely accomplished, smart, talented, creative people we have become, which sometimes they disguise that as a mission to ruin our lives with stress and homework. It's a good thing that we're headed out into the real world now, so our lives can be easy and we don't have to deal with such stress anymore, right? Our teachers are both great educators and some pretty incredibly memorable people in all sorts of ways. From Senor Cook's Milk and Educator Award, to Mr. Stuber's top 70 finish in the Boston Marathon, to Ms. Harrison pumping us up for our first AP exam by blasting Eye of the Tiger while rocking an Angry Birds mask, to Mr. Usmar's wise words of the day, to Mr. Reimer's ridiculously thorough knowledge of the Bible, to journal readings in Ms. Wynn's class, to Ms. Briggs' general awesomeness, to Ms. Cooper's all-consuming penguin obsession, to Mr. Sparago, who, if you believe all his stories, is on a first-name basis with just about every famous politician in the country. And who could forget Mr. Samora yelling at us in the hallway, where we could never be sure if he wanted to make us put on our IDs, give us life advice, or just simply sell us a burrito. Or Mr. Shum, a mythical figure who, legend has it, once fell 80 feet while rock climbing and only bruised his heel. I could go on all day, but as Mr. Shanley often says, I digress. We are here today in large part because of them, so to our incredible teachers, 1,000 thank yous, and good luck with that pay raise. This class of 2014, like its teachers or even more so, has many notable distinctions, both individually and collectively. We've won championships and awards, earned millions in scholarship money, and will go on to great careers in the military, the workforce, and to fantastic colleges across the country, from Albuquerque to Austin, Las Cruces to Boston, Durham to Palo Alto, Denver to Salt Lake City, and more. Perhaps even more impressively, we set a huge school record for fewest victories in assembly spirit competitions. And we became the most standardized tested class in school history. Shout out to our good friends at the state PED. So you could say the class of 2014 of Manzano High School is kind of a big deal. Graduation speeches like this often conclude with a grand, hopeful look forward, with advice for the future and a celebration of how bright the future is for all of us. But I think Kim in his speech has already done a better job of that than I could hope to do. So I'll wrap things up with a simple look back. Like I said before, there's nothing I could say that could really sum it all up. But I will say that in these 4 years, we have learned an awful lot and we've had an awful lot of fun. And overall, I don't think we could ask for anything more. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2014.
Four years ago, I remember walking onto Manzano campus and rushing to class when the 10-minute bell rang. I think it's funny when I compare freshman me to senior me, when at the end of senior year and the 2-minute bell rang, I decided that I had enough time to go to my car, the bathroom, the Senate room, and the office before going to class. Think of how much has happened since freshman year. Manzano has had a huge impact on all of our lives, both directly and indirectly. This school has helped us to mature and has given us the ability to recognize the strengths we hold within ourselves. Bernard Shaw once said that life isn't about finding yourself. What does it mean to find yourself? This statement reminded me of an incident that occurred a while back with my brother. We were watching TV, and I suddenly couldn't find the TV remote. I proceeded to turn the volume down with the TV remote that I had in my hand and asked my brother if he knew where it was. He simply gave me a blank stare. After searching for 10 minutes, I realized that I was on a pointless quest to find something that was in my possession. This is what finding yourself is like. There's nothing to find because nothing is lost. Mr. Cook gave us seniors in FC and SWAT some advice last week. He told us that God asks us to do the best with what we have at that moment. Everyone has different strengths. Don't try to change yourself because you are different than the person next to you. Instead, use what you have and create a life, create a legacy, create a name for yourself. Before I conclude, I would like to thank you seniors for making my high school life both memorable and fun. Thank you friends and loved ones for helping us get to where we are today. And thank you teachers and staff for guiding us and helping us to discover our strengths. Oh, and happy birthday to Sabri and Roxanne. Today is the ending of an old era. Tomorrow is the beginning of a new one. Manzano has helped us to discover our strengths, so go and use them to change the world. You have one life in which to do everything you are ever going to do on this earth, so don't waste it. Have fun, and remember that life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Thank you.
run short on cash. Here's a map and here's a Bible. If you ever lose your way, just one more thing before you leave. Don't forget to remember me. This downtown apartment sure makes me miss home. And those bills there on the counter keep telling me I'm on my own. And just like every Sunday, I called Mama up last night. And even when it's not, I tell her everything's alright. Before we hung up, I said, oh, Mama, don't forget to tell my baby sister I'll see her in the fall. And tell me more that I miss her. Yeah, I should give her a call. And make sure you tell Daddy that I'm still his little girl. Yeah, I still feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. But don't forget to remember me. Tonight I find myself kneeling by the bed to pray. I haven't done this in a while, so I don't know what to say. But Lord, I feel so small sometimes in this big old place. Yeah, I know there's more important things. Don't forget to remember me. Oh, don't forget to remember me. Oh.
Thank you, seniors. Weren't they wonderful? Well, good evening, class of 2014. I'm very happy to be addressing you tonight and want to join the previous speakers in wishing you the best as you march out of Tingley Coliseum in a few minutes as the most recent graduates of Manzano High School. You've worked long and hard to be here tonight, and the diplomas you will receive are a symbol of that effort. I do want to encourage you, though, to value your education for more than the credits listed on your transcript. More so than any previous class, as Nathan said earlier, you have endured multiple assessments designed to measure both the quality and quantity of the courses we required that you take. Your teachers have also been assessed more this year, sometimes by multiple administrators at a time, wandering unexpectedly into your classrooms to check boxes on a list for seemingly mysterious indicators. I want to encourage you to also value other, more personally meaningful measures of your learning. I know I've seen examples of such things among you this year. I was quite impressed in January by the passionately intelligent questions you asked of Senator Keller when your classmate Roxanne invited him to speak to you in the PAC. Your active engagement was a personal encouragement to me that Manzano students are definitely learning some important things about how democracy works in our state. I was also happy about the choice you made not to protest our assembly for what turned out to be the presentation of Mr. Cook's Milken Award. Even though you initially believed it was a platform for the governor to cheer us on in our SBA testing, you chose instead to represent our school in a respectful and positive manner. This made me very relieved, of course, because I knew about the surprise, but also quite proud of your maturity in holding back for the sake of others. I've also appreciated the ways you support one another by attending games and performances after school. I was recently quite moved at a concert where the senior members of Prestige sang their farewells. You're a wonderful class, Monarchs, and I hope you'll join Adam in singing "Bless My High School Forever." To our APS board member, Dr. Don Duran, I would like to present the Manzano High School class of 2014. They have met all the requirements as set forth by the Albuquerque Public Schools Board of Education, along with the New Mexico Public Education Department. May I present them to you now?
On behalf of the Albuquerque Public School Board of Education, it is my honor to accept the class of 2014. Congratulations.
We will, of course, practice the monarch clap in between each name. That's just a single clap, as you know. Kim Lynn Tang, Nathan Scott Shale, Aurelio Jose Falcone, Jessica Ann Schneider, Emma Jillian Vikis, Amanda M. Porter, Tommy Sodachan, Brooke Ashley Bohannon, Lauren T. Hughes, Miranda Chimbalan, John P. Abbott, Taz M. Abeta, Sadie Alejandra Alamos, Jose Angel Aleman Gutierrez, Hope Angelique Alvarado, Crystal Alvarez, Joshua Jesus Alvarez, Priscilla Alvarez, Ashley Tiffany Anaya,
Gilbert Matthew Archuleta, Hain L. Arismendi, Isaiah Leonard Armijo, Victor Samuel Armijo, Emily Marie Ashcraft, Jose Antonio Avila, Melissa Irene Varela, Savannah Alexis Barth, Andriana Ray Batchelor, Jessica E. Berry, Jeremiah W. Bevel, Michael Landon Blair, Sabri Audrey Blakeney, Sarah Ann Blau, Victoria Blythe, David Bojorquez, Sarah Renee Boucher, Rocky J. Briganti, Roxanne Jacqueline Brito, Gabriel Briones,
Gilda Guadalupe Burgos, Selena Cano, Anthony D. Carrillo, Yali Castañeda, Dara Main Castellanos, Mariah C. Chavez, Marissa A. Chavez, Angel Colon, Shanoa A. Cornell, Todd Charles County, McClinton Gregory Cox, Dallas Cummings, Beseleon Najoni Conejo, Miguel R. Cunningham, Isaiah J. Curley, Norma R. Curvin, Monica Daniels, Tien David Dow, Tuan Dow, Daniel Alex Davis,
Kaya Janice Davis, Elaine J. Deal, Bryn Mary Elizabeth Dunn, Carl Dietrich Deisinger, Dustin T. Deloach, Elijah M. Duran, Michael Jesse Duran Jr., Tyler L. Elmore, Kayla Escobar, Devin Nadine Evelo, Tori R. Farrow, Robert Fasthorse, Cindy Yasmin Flores, Francesca Colette Foley, Jasmine D. Frost, Monica Lorena Gallardo, Anthony Stephen Gallegos, Katie Leanne Gallegos, Denise Lisa Marie Garcia, Florence D. Garcia,
Lynette Carlene Garcia, Rachel M. Garcia, Stacy Renee Guyona, Christopher Baran Gibson, Angel Gonzalez, John David Goodnight, Joshua G. Green, Skylar I. Griego, Brianna Catherine Gutierrez, Sarah Rita Pilar Gutierrez, Vincent R. Harrison, Savannah Raquel Victoria Garcia, Joseph A. Hefkin, Rachel Renee Hine, Angelo J. Herrera, Joseph L. Herrera, Liam Garrett Hickey, Adam G. Hill, James D. Herdman, Lena Tai Ho,
Timothy J. Holyfield, Jacob Corling Huff, Gray D. Huntsinger, Brian A. Irigoyen, Ethan I. James, David Jimenez, Kayla Cheyenne Johnston, Samantha Jones Torres, Maritza Lynn Juarez, Brent Jurish, Nasreen Koshan, Antoine Eduardovich Kuzman, Benjamin J. Lance, Gary Chow Lee, Tram An Lee, Sandra Le Nguyen, Chase Allen Lights, Cody M. Lamaster, Andrew L. Leba, Daniela Sara Lopez,
Delilah Michelle Lopez, Elijah N. Lopez, Mariah R. Lopez, Mary M. Lopez, Garrett J. Lorenzo Jr., Tatiana Shante Louis, Christopher A. Lawrence, Angel Loya Lucero, Elizabeth Marie Lujan, Chung Lu, Tamara Danae Mays, Davery Christine Marlowe, Josie J. Marquez Haste, Adam Fabian Martinez, Benjamin Gabriel Martinez, Erinea Otilia Martinez, Gabriel F. Martinez, Rochelle Danielle Martinez, Jose Alberto Martinez III, Rubel F. Martinez,
Michaela Lynn Marks, Alicia Marie Mason, Keith J. Mata, Monica Isabel Mata, Tesla Nicole McCormick, Madison Brooks McCoy, Tamara L. McCurtain, Sean D. McKenzie, Victoria Yolanda Medina, Sarai Ferranda Medrano, Manuel Mejia Alvarez, John Anthony Mendez, Christian McCulick, Harmony D. Montoya, Monica M. Montoya, Julian J. Moore, Michael T. Moraga, Sierra Elizabeth Moran, Cheyenne Moreno, Reginald Wayne Moore,
Juan Carlos Moreno, Corey Dustin Morrow, Samantha Mullins, Serena Munoz, Nathan P. Nava, Stephen A. Navarro, Justin X. Nelson, Colton A. Newman, Dat Nguyen, Jenny Nguyen, Kennedy Nguyen, Sandy Nguyen, Sarah Nguyen, Vu Din Nguyen, Jenny Nim, Harrison Reed Nyquist Asmussen, Chase Olberding, Karina Ortega, Daniel Leonel Ortiz, Kiana Amor Ortiz Davis,
Mayra Palacios, Thomas Kiesel Parker, Nishant T. Patel, Alex R. Paz, Lorenzo A. Perea, Carlos Antonio Perez, Gabriel Michael Peters, Ty A. Pham, Stormy Danielle Plake, Graciela Plata, Abigail Ponce Ramos, Morgan A. Poole, Samantha Reina Portillo, Curtis Karan Powdrell, Callie May Prince, Autumn Marie Quillen, Sydney Lyra Ragsdale, Christopher Angel Marcos Ramirez, Olivia Carmen Ramirez,
Lucas Michael Rosinski, Sean Reeves, Philip James Rinaldi, Juan C. Rivera, Alma Alondra Robles, Gabriel Ray Rodriguez, Zachary Jonathan Faculties, Lisa Rodriguez, Christopher Rogers, Selena Romanis, Alyssa Don Romero, Antonio Luis Romero, Jocelyn Romero Maldonado, Marilena Romero, Jared, hold that. Jared Paul Rosas, Jacob B. Rose, Imari Jantel Rubio, John P. Ruiz, Tristan J. Sines, Lawrence S. Safley, Aaron James Seiss,
Albert M. Seiss, Jody Seiss, Michael A. Salway, Carissa Ray Sandoval, Jeanette Araceli Sarmiento, Jordan Robert Scasia, Justin Schaefer, Jacob Peter Schmelzel, Alex M. Schmidt-Gonzalez, Aaron Cedillo, Michael S. Sensman, Teresa Ann Shishi, Daniel Sikora, Autumn Lee Silva, Cody John Sims, Hannah Jordan Smathers, Daniel Jeremy Smith, Lucy Catherine Granville Smith, Dallas E. Smith III, Warren K. Smith,
Caitlin Jane Sorrell Parker, Mariah Malay Mistara Southern, Benjamin Asa Spots, Sherry Elsa Tat, Kelsey Elizabeth Ann Terrio, Alexis Renee Thomas, Alex Renee Thornhill, Kaylee Rai Tipicani, Kevin K. Tran, Linda T. Tran, Daniel Alexander Trianis, Isaac J. Trujillo, David M. Trung, Tan Tung Tu, Keyshawn Turtle Morales, Haley Suzanne Tyler, Wendy Valenciano Flores, Ivan Valerio, Dante L. Van Doren, Gabriel A. Varos,
Rigoberto Vasquez, Panina Skirly Itline Verme, Samuel Villegas, Kim Mai Vo, Shelby Kerrigan Vukasovich, Erica V. Jitiani, J. Robert Wagner, Hayden Christopher Walker, Ashley Vivian Watkins, Melvin Faye Watkins III, Kelly Ann Watson, Tristan Dane Watts, Jared M. Wirtz, Jazare Star Wesley, Ian J. Wesselkamper, Virginia Ann Whitfield, Janelle Renee Williams Peoples, Osriel Rayvon Willis, Andrew Wise, Dalen Scott Woods,
Ashley Janelle Wright, Jade Chantel Yaniguez, James S. Uchishin,
I think I'm first. Emma.
In a moment, the seniors will recess to receive their diplomas. We request that all family members and guests remain seated until the final graduate has recessed.
Upon the conclusion of the commencement ceremony, graduates will be escorted to the post-commencement meet and greet site located at the Creative Arts parking lot southwest of Tingley Coliseum. You may enter the meet and greet site by exiting through the west doors. You are welcome to gather and share in commotion commemoration of the academic achievement of graduates, but are kindly reminded to share a brief congratulations, then move on to a personal celebration.
To the class of 2014, I would like to say to you that the memories we have shared throughout high school will always be deep within our hearts. Now, as our final act of unity, we will follow the Manzano tradition that the class moves their tassels together. Please move your tassels with me from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2014.